And as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new.
My name is Nicole King, and this is what's going on in Marbella Now.
Hey, hey.
Hello, everyone. A couple of weeks ago, I had the absolute joy of seeing a school friend who I hadn't seen for 40 years back here in Marbella. It was absolutely wonderful to see her, not once, not twice, but 3 times. One of those times I saw her was actually with my guest. Her name is Christina Stuttard. She is a personal trainer coach who visits your own home, and she's recently arrived from the US of A, no less. Christina, lovely to meet you again. Welcome
Hi.
back to the program.
Thank you.
Or
Thanks for
welcome to
inviting
the
me.
program.
Thanks, lovely to be here.
Really exciting to meet people through other people. But as it came out in the conversation, you joined Costa Women when you arrived. You actually saw a post I put on about the show.
Yes.
In that, mentioned it to Arabella. She then said, oh, just so happened she's a friend of mine. and
Coincidences and
Serendipity.
So small world.
Small world. So you've recently moved here from the States. I think, like we've been talking about, firstly, more Americans are moving here. And secondly, having been through lockdown, COVID, and all the rest of it, we're looking for different priorities in life. How did it come about for you to make that move? Big transition.
Big transition. So we've always had a home here in Marbella area, and got to a stage where I'm able to do my work on Zoom, which is fantastic. So I continue to have my US clients, and I now have one in England. And so my husband, his business, he's in the trade bench industry, trade shows, large exhibitions, and of course that at the moment's not really happening. And also the fact is he can work remotely. So he said, let's move to Spain. It's been the place that we always wanted to come to. So we're kind of semi-retired, but you know, who could not want to live here? It's
Yeah, and you've got
beautiful.
children all over the world, and as you're saying, it's very difficult. You can't be with each of them.
No, that's
so
the thing.
finding a place that's central, and the flights from the US to directly to Malaga now is just so different than what it was even a few years ago.
Yes, I mean, through COVID it's been a bit different. There's no direct flight at the moment, but yes, there are. So it makes it manageable. We do have one son on the West Coast, so he's in Portland, Oregon. So he's probably as far away as could possibly be. Then our oldest son is in Connecticut, which is where we've been for the last 20 years. And then our youngest daughter, she's at the University of London, at Royal Holloway College, which is where my husband and I met many, many years ago.
Isn't that wonderful?
So it's all kind of full circle, and here is where we decided to settle.
How did you choose which area? I mean, did you come into a family home, or did you look, okay, between Elvira, this, or I know that your husband, as a child, was in the Nueva Andalusia, the San Pedro area,
Yeah,
and
it's
around
an area
that area.
that we've known for, well, John has known since he was about 8 years old, and I've known John since I was 18 years old, so we've been coming here every year. My mother-in-law had a place here, and so it's almost, you know, like a second home, and now it's becoming our first home.
Must have been very challenging in lockdown, knowing you have homes here and not being able to come here.
Very frustrating.
Sitting in the cold, for example, in the UK,
Well,
knowing that it's out there.
yeah, well, we obviously hoped to come last year, but of course nobody could go anywhere last year. COVID year is like a year that never really happened.
Yeah, everything was on pause.
Everything's on
How
pause.
did you get into the personal training? And I love the touch that you go to people's houses. Personally, been there, done that. Not wearing the T-shirt yet. But, it's definitely nice, and it definitely makes you have to do it, because you don't even have to go to the gym.
Exactly.
It's like the gym comes to you.
So I have been doing fitness for many, many years. Years even before really gyms were popular. I was always going to the gym. My lunch times at work, after work, blah, blah, blah. And then when we moved to America, which was about 20 years ago, I gave up my job, and I had our third child actually. And I kept going to the gym, and I thought to myself, I can do this, I can teach this. So I became certified in barre, what's called barre, which is like a Pilates, ballet, yoga-y type workout, very popular in the States. something called Body Pump, which is worldwide renowned. I'm a spin instructor. And so I started teaching at various gyms, and then people kept coming to me after class and saying, do you do personal training? And I thought, you know what, I can do this. So I, did some research and whatever. And then I thought, why not do something different? And I take the gym to your home. So I have equipment, piles of it. I've got BOSUs, which is like a balance ball, half balance. I've got balance balls. I've got TRX, dumbbells,
Okay,
everything.
Explain things, because you say dumbbells, but I'm a dumbbell and I have no idea. Unless you do these things, it's like in every profession, there's a jargon.
Yes.
That everyone thinks everyone just understands because that's what we do, but
So I
we
have
don't.
all different equipment.
So what is a dumbbell?
So a dumbbell is basically a weight.
Okay.
That's, you have
All
one
right.
in each hand, and you can do
Okay.
many, many different exercises.
However dumb you are, you can do that.
You can
yeah.
do it. A barbell is more of a bar that you add weights to.
Okay.
Then TRX is, maybe you've seen them, they're like yellow straps.
Oh, those
that
are
you
awesome,
can,
yes.
put your feet, like a stirrup thing.
Oh, I don't know, my friend does it. She hangs off door frames and
That's
does
right.
all kinds of
So I've
exercises.
got, everything's transportable, so that's the beauty, that I can bring it to you. The BOSU is like a half dome, big rubber ball thing, which you can do lots of balance exercises on, so that's great for, core work, etc. The big balance ball, you may have seen those. Again, it's just all various equipment that just makes the workout varied. And I have the horrendous, everybody hates, I've got these yellow bars that I bring to people's homes, and I bring those in and my clients are like, oh no. From those we can do dips, tricep dips, so like this kind of thing. We can do pull-ups and all sorts of wonderful things we can do.
But obviously one builds up to that,
Yes,
because
you
it does sound
and
quite
I do
intimidating.
actually all levels of fitness and all ages. In the States, I have a 14-year-old guy, and then I have a 71-year-old beautiful lady. So the other thing is I do one-on-one, which I know I've explained to you, but I also do small groups. So you just need a small space. You don't need a large gym. You don't need a large anything. I can do people's backyards, back gardens, whatever you call them here, garden. I bring the music. I've got a speaker, and I like to have music playing that gets us, going a bit. If people don't like music, I don't turn it on. It's.
But plus, the other day was also nice because Arabella was in England, I was in Marbella, and you came to my place. But then the three of us did the class, and it was nice. It shows you the technology and the options are there to facilitate it if we want to. Why
Absolutely.
should we want to? Tell us why someone would want to get fit, apart from obviously the physical benefits
Well, it's
that one can see.
so important, particularly as we get older, for bone density, to increase bone density, because osteoporosis, where your bones become brittle, weight-bearing exercises, it's been proven, is fantastic. So two times a week would be great. And then, of course, any kind of cardio work is great for your heart and also weight loss. Strength training also promotes weight loss, because as you break down the muscles and rebuild them, you're burning calories. So all round, it's a great, working out is good for you. The other thing that I do is stretching. So the bar qualification, which is BARRE, is a lot about stretching and small movements with lighter weights. So the stretching is also a mobility, is very, very important. People who play golf find that if they do stretching, it improves their game. People who play tennis
More flexibility.
move more flexibility. I mean, I have a lot of people who do spin classes and whatever, and they find their outdoor riding improves. I mean, all levels and different reasons why people choose to work out.
I was funny because I mentioned to you that my main incentive is wanting to pass my granddaughter over without doing this kind of thing. Be able to say, here she is.
Exactly.
Have some strength.
Well, that's the other thing. I mean, as you get older, obviously balance is hugely important. I mean, a lot of older people, they fall over, unfortunately, because they don't have a great sense of balance anymore. So working out, standing on one leg, that kind of thing, not initially, but in time, it will just help you as you, get older in the years.
And it's funny because you don't realize as you get older that things that we did without thinking previously actually do need a little bit of thought You know,
Exactly.
skipping can give you bruised ankles, as I found out. I'm like, how did that happen?
And why were you skipping?
I was happy.
Oh,
Why
well, that's a
not?
good
It's
reason.
nice to have a little skip now and then, but I wasn't expecting, probably not having the right suspension, being in flip-flops or
Not a good
God
idea.
knows what I was doing. But yes, it's nice to skip now and then.
Yeah, exactly.
Skipping's also healthy, right? It was just skipping ropes.
Well,
and,
actually, skipping with a skipping rope is an extremely good form of exercise. It really is. So, you know, most families may have a skipping rope somewhere in the house that they could.
I think we used to, but I'm not so sure I've seen many skipping ropes, but I'm sure they must be out there. So your plans are now, you've moved here, you're settling into retirement years, obviously taking on new clients at home, although also via Zoom, and maintaining your, you know, the fold back in the States.
Yes.
So
Yeah, so I also have a video channel, actually, which by sheer chance I started the day before lockdown in the States. So I launched it, and the reason I launched it, because I thought I was coming to Spain, and there wasn't really Zoom at that point. So I thought,
I
well,
discovered it because of lockdown.
yes.
Yes.
And so in my mind, I thought, well, I'll be coming to Spain in August. This was last year. So if I have a video channel, then my clients can do my videos. So, but then, of course, literally the next day lockdown happened. So that I basically, for the next year, I have been posting every day a 30-minute workout.
Serendipitous again.
Yeah.
In the sense if you did this, everything, the world changed.
Yeah.
To make your videos
and it was
relevant.
great because in lockdown I could sort of talk to my clients as if they were there, you know, and then they would do their workouts whenever they could.
And it was very good for people, not only physically, but the psychological benefits of having somebody there to speak to,
Yes.
to work out with, not feel so lonely and
Well,
abandoned.
I would, you know, on the videos I would say, you know, who's watching The Great Show now? Because everybody was swapping banana bread recipes and best show on Netflix. So it became kind of a personal thing. And, you know, quite a few of my clients over there have daughters the same age as my daughter. And, you know, they were graduating from high school. And it was all very difficult that, you know, nobody could really see each other. But so it was a kind of a communication field as well. Anyway, I've kept that going. So that's another form of, you know, people being in touch or wanting just to have a video to do. And all the videos are different. Every single day has been different. With either it be with strength or whether it be stretching, beginner workouts, advanced workouts, cardio, no equipment, that kind of thing. So it's like a library of about 200 or maybe more now.
Absolutely fabulous. And I loved it that in the sense that we were talking that on Thursdays or the days that you want to be with my granddaughter, but how nice that we can do it together, because the earlier we I think initiate our children into that just culture of doing a little bit of stretching, a little bit of meditation,
Yeah.
a little bit of mindfulness is going to serve them so well in the future.
Well, actually, talking of children, a number of my clients, obviously in the States, have got children, little ones, and I've seen them grow over the years, and it's adorable because, you know, quite often we have used the baby as the prop, you know, doing, you know,
You often see that on YouTube.
twists like
yeah.
this and shoulder presses. And I've also, 3 clients, I've been through 3 pregnancies, you know, seen them, in fact I have one at the moment, Melissa, she's pregnant and her baby's due in August. So I'm sad I'm not going to be there to be able to cuddle the baby, but at least I see her every week, you know, on Zoom. We've seen.
And obviously the
And she looks
fitter you are,
amazing.
the easier birth
Yes,
will be.
I mean,
the more you
absolutely.
can get those muscles to respond.
And
the better.
most of these ladies start 6 weeks when they've given the go-ahead to restart. They start again, and they find it so much easier to get back into fitness. You know, you don't give up when you're pregnant. You should keep it going. And again, there's modifications for everything. I'm not going to make you do some ridiculous kind of workout when you're 8 months pregnant. But another great friend and client of mine, Claire, she had Oliver, 4 years ago, and the day before she gave birth, she was working out with me.
Oh, there's no reason not to. I was working even while I was giving birth, so us women are capable of anything, it would seem. If you would like help reaching your full potential, I'm sure Christina will be delighted to take you on as a client, and you can have her come to your home, your garden, wherever you like, which makes it so wonderful. Christina, pleasure to meet you, to have you on
Thank
Marbella
you.
Now, and I look forward to our next session.
So if anybody's interested, it's they can get me on my website, which is www.christinastuttard,
There you have it. We're now going to a little break, but do not switch off or go away, because we have some messages from our wonderful Zero Hero partners and also our sponsor, Linear Director, with special policies just for us expats with NIEs in the province of Malaga. Certainly worth checking out. Don't go away. See you in a moment.
Judy likes to consider herself a clever young woman, which is why she thought very carefully before choosing her insurance company. Now that she needs it, she's jolly glad she chose Linear Director, as it looks as if she might have something better to do. Why don't you be clever, like Judy? Call Linear Director on 952 14 78 34 and see which policy is best for you.
Hi guys, Ross here from Hogan Stand. Proud to be a member of the Zero Hero campaign, and we recommend everybody. Nobody drives drinking. Everybody who drives a car doesn't have any alcohol in their system, and we're proud to sponsor the Zero Hero program.
GY is happy to be Zero Hero partner.
How cool is that? GY.
We are proud to present Zero to Hero. Never drink and drive.
When I'm the designated driver, I think it's only fair that I get to choose a Zero Hero venue that rewards me with free soft drinks. My friends all get to choose and booze, and they feel safe going home with me. Make sure that you get your reward for being the designated driver. Why pay if you don't have to?
Out of bounds, Zero Hero partners.
Here we are, sticker going on. Delighted to welcome everybody and to be part of the Zero Hero campaign. Delighted.
Zero Hero, welcome here at the Gaucho de Banús.
Tearing us apart, poison arrows shoot straight to your heart.
Welcome to Lemongrass, Doña Lola. Thank you very much.
Just believe it's worth your time. One, we are
Zero Hero, welcome to Portofino, Cabo Pino.
we are
Hi guys, Casa Tua is proud to welcome Zero Heroes. So come on in and enjoy free soft drinks for anyone who is the designated driver. Thank you, Nicole.
So here we are at Everest. Very cool.
Yeah.
Stickers going up.
Hiya, my name is Govinda. I'm from Everest. Welcome to Zero Hero, to Everest Fusion, to enjoy your cocktails, drinks, and happy hour as well. And food, of course, is delicious. Thank you.
Welcome back. There are many ways of looking and feeling great, and undoubtedly Christina Stuttard with her home coaching is a good start. But another thing that really does represent us is our hair, dare I say. I have lots of hair, obviously, have lots of things that I have to do to keep it nice, and I can only say I'm really grateful that I found Simon Lawrence and introduced him into my world. Simon, welcome back to the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
My change of colour and look is 100% the responsibility of you thought, I need to do something to you. You need to change. I need to lift you.
And it has done, look at that.
It has, I have to say.
fabulous.
I don't feel unnatural.
Correct.
Although it's so not my natural colour. It's the way, obviously, you mix it.
Yeah, absolutely. And also it's getting the right colour tone for the hair, for the tone of your skin. As we come into the summer, we get more colour in our face, we can go lighter.
You have made hairdressing, not hairdressing, making people's hair their best hair, because it
Correct.
really does represent us. And I often refer to Samson if your hair's wrong, but it's a very defining feature.
Very, very much. It can affect you emotionally as well as anything else.
And from very early on in the profession, you chose to specialise in hairpieces, wigs, extensions, before it was even a thought of, it was like when we were talking about toupees, and you were already on a different level.
Well, that's right, that's right. The thing with hair pieces and hair extension, when we say hair pieces, what we're really talking about is volumizing your hair. And so there are various ways we can do hair integration hair pieces, whereby we can affix the piece to your own hair and pull your own hair through, where we're integrating your own hair with the hairpiece. The idea being that a lot of people get very thin on top, either through age, through illness, or they're just born that way. It's just unlucky. And what we can do is create volume. So really and truly what we're saying is, it's important to understand that volumizing your hair is not just to give you volume, but is actually to enhance your hairstyle more than anything else. So this is really what we're trying to achieve with hair pieces and hair extensions.
You make these yourself?
Oh, yes.
This is a very laborious, time-consuming thing to do.
Absolutely, but it's well worth it, because what I do, two major things. The first one is I match up your texture exactly. So for argument's sake, for Northern Hemisphere ladies, the majority have got very fine hair, so we'll use European hair. But conversely, if someone, let's take for example your hair is not silky smooth. If we put European hair on you, it actually would not match, it would look false. You would say, hey, that's not your hair. So what we'll then do is use hair from a different country where the texture is slightly coarser with curl in it. And that's what we try and do. It's very, very, very important.
How long does it take? Let's say somebody knows that they're going in for chemotherapy. They know they're going to lose their hair. I know this is where you also specialise, because you can make something, a wig for them.
Correct.
And you can have it ready for them.
Correct.
So they never have to feel the extra stress of what am I going to look like and how am I going to deal with this? What kind of time frame are you looking at to prepare something?
Well, everything I do, be it the hair extensions, the hair pieces and wigs, everything is custom made. So as saying, we match up the hair, we match up your colorway. You might have 2 or 3 different colors of highlights. You know, in the sunshine here, for example, the sun will lift your hair. So getting back to the wigs, we're talking around 2 months. We're talking 70,000 individual hairs hand knotted onto the lace foundation. So what I try and do, if very sadly someone has been diagnosed with cancer, or someone's got alopecia universalis, which is all hair loss. In the case of someone having chemotherapy, in my experience, and remember I'm not a doctor, it's just observation, I have found that, let's say if someone is having a course of 6 treatments, and generally 2 or 3 weeks apart, generally speaking, especially when people have breast cancer, it's just something I've noticed, I could well be wrong. But generally speaking, I try and get someone to come in for a consultation the minute they've been diagnosed. They're very low, they really don't want a wig, this is being forced on them, but I make the lady or the gentleman feel very much at home. It's very important. And then, generally speaking, by the time they're starting to lose their hair en masse, the wig is, I would say, more or less ready to put on.
Is it very, very costly because it's very time-consuming? What kind, as of what price?
Well,
a wig?
when I had
then we obviously work down.
Absolutely. When I had my salon in Mayfair for a head, say this long, about 14 inches, I would charge about £4,000. Here, I charge between 1,500 and 2,000, more towards 2,000 euros using European hair. So it's actually, when you consider this is going to be something you're going to wear probably for about a year and a half, it's not bad at all.
No, it's the opposite. I think it's an opportunity to really make a difference and suffer in little as possible.
Well, what it does, effectively, it brings your morale up to a level where it's bearable. Do remember you've got enough going on dealing with the emotion of this horrible illness. So, for example, in England, a lot of very good hospitals, say private hospitals, especially in Harley Street and Devonshire Street in London, what they do is, as well as I actually used to go in there and see patients every day, but as well as that, they actually have people coming in teaching people yoga, to relax, and also makeup, because your skin changes tone. And these things are so important for you to cope with it.
It's very nice also because this is all done in the privacy of your own home.
Absolutely, I go to people's homes. So to say, even with hair extensions, one of the things, so we're going back at the beginning to hair extensions, is that the glue method is something I really don't like at all.
This is what I wanted to actually consult you on, because this has become a thing now. A lot of people are putting on extensions, and I'm very worried for their survival of their hair when they get older. They might not be realising what they're doing to themselves.
Indeed. This is very interesting. First of all, I attach my hair extensions, but also my wefts, and I'll just very quickly explain the difference, because this is very important. First of all, I use little tubular links made of copper, so it's hypoallergenic and it's very soft, so it doesn't tear or break the hair. Even especially like micro rings will break them made of steel. But with individual hair extensions, the trick is not to put them too close to the scalp, because you get tension. But then when you do maintenance, when I do maintenance every, say, 2 or 3 months, I take them all out and move them along so as you don't get this tension on the scalp all the time. However, what I prefer ladies to have now is when it's on a weft, say that long, for example, the beauty with that is that the tension is spread across the weft, so it's not one particular area. We can keep moving it around.
You've got lots of little pulling bits in your head.
That's right. But the beauty is I said to you before about custom made. Well, again, when I'm making a very small weft, then I match up your colorways 100%.
So you're saying you would have like extensions all along this strip that then you weave around, and
we don't weave it, we literally use the links to place it on, and there's no tension on the scalp. But the colors, I could make a weft for you with 4 or 5 very fine colors, so natural to match your hair exactly. No one would ever know you've got hair in other than your own. This is the beauty.
Which is better than having lots of little clips everywhere and the glue bits, etc., etc.
And it only takes 30 minutes to put the whole lot in.
Really?
As opposed to 3 hours or so.
Really? Now that's obviously a big plus, because a lot of people who work nowadays have felt the eyelashes, the extensions, the whole
And it's cheaper. It's about 35–40% cheaper than a full head of individual. It's fabulous.
Well, people really need to find out more.
Absolutely.
How can people get in contact with you?
Well, they can do 2 ways. One, they can go onto my site, which is greatlooking.hair.eu, or they can call me on 683-171-519, and I come to their homes day or evening.
And the nice thing is also, if someone would also like to specialise in making wigs and hair pieces, you do training courses as well.
Yes, I have an academy called the GLH Wig Academy.
Which I think is important, because these are, it's like all these old professions.
They're all coming back.
But exactly, that needs to come back. We've massified everything, but there again, sometimes you really just want to go to an individual specialist, an artisan. That's what I was looking for.
So I teach in Spain, I teach in France, and in fact I'm going back to England, COVID allowing, in 2 weeks. I've got 3 courses there to do. And I teach also hair replacement for men and ladies, which is the hair pieces.
Very different to a lot of the treatments out there of encouraging your hair to go back and transplants and things. Obviously everything has its benefits, its pros.
Absolutely. I mean, with hair transplant for men, for example, one, you're talking a few £1,000s. Number 2, it doesn't always take. It's very much planting a bulb or a flower. It doesn't always take. But the other thing is, a lot of men, very sadly, have lost the hair right up to only got here. There's not enough hair to harvest. So again, I work with hair transplant surgeons whereby they can harvest enough hair to make a beautiful hairline, and then I create a hairpiece just behind it.
Right, so it's a combination of works, and it's a hashtag team better together.
Yeah. But remember, not all men want to go through surgery. It's very painful, very unpleasant, and as I say, doesn't always work.
Then, of course, just to finish off, you have the standard, I can come and colour your hair, highlights.
Correct.
So you do that as well?
I do that around, I come to people's homes, and again, the same numbers.
Do you also cut hair and
Absolutely.
the whole thing?
Yeah, I worked for Vidal Sassoon for 25 years, so hopefully I know what I'm doing. So, yes, and a complete service, hairdressing, colouring, perming, and all hair extensions and hair replacement. Again, 683-171-519.
Really nice to have someone professional who can actually assess our needs. And as I say, Simon and I were singing together in the choir, and he came up after and said, I really think I've got an idea, I've got a vision for you. And this is the vision.
And there you go, it looks fabulous.
I'm very happy, I get lots of compliments. So thank you very much, Simon Lawrence.
Thank you very much indeed.
Hairdresser and wig artist and all the rest. That's it for us for today. Thank you so much for joining me and meeting some of the amazing people that make up our wonderful community here in Marbella. You can watch recordings of all the shows from the rtvmarbella.tv website, or alternatively go to my website, nicoleking.es, with links to the programme, to the Zero Hero website with full listings of designated driver venues giving free soft drinks to those designated drivers, and also my column Marbella Moments in the Euro Weekly News. That's it for now. Take care of yourselves. Be nice to each other. Y hasta mañana. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
If we try, just believe it.